I get to do things that I know they wish I would have done the first time.
That's really
Because I'm always listening and I'm always lurking and I'm always listening to their opinions and their theories and what they will let me know which songs should have been singles.
Yeah.
They let me know which songs did not get videos and should have gotten videos. And so I just you know what? I'm listening and I'm making the videos and I'm doing the things.
Today, I'm gonna talk about Taylor Swift conspiracy theories and lost media. Conspiracy theories about Taylor Swift go back decades, and I'm gonna debunk every single theory I've gathered here. I got these from the internet and Reddit. I'm gonna start at the known ones and go down more on the bizarre stuff, the shocking ones, and without further ado, let's get into the Taylor Swift iceberg. Loverfest. So I'm not gonna go too in depth about this one. Most of you probably heard about it already, but if you want to know the whole story about Loverfest, just search Taylor Swift Loverfest and you're gonna see a few videos of people explaining the whole story of Loverfest. So in September 17th, 2019, Taylor went to Twitter to announce her tour, which is called Loverfest. Taylor's announcement says, "The Lover album is open fields, sunset, and summer. I want to perform it in a way that feels authentic. I want to go to some places I haven't been and play festivals. Where we didn't have festivals, we made some. Introducing Loverfest East and West." The tweet came alongside the dates for the tour, which there were only 12 stops. 8 of them were European festivals, and only 4 American dates. 2 nights in LA, which is West, and 2 nights in Foxborough, which is East, and they were labeled as Loverfest East and West. What was confusing about this is they were labeled as festivals like the European dates, but the American dates were taking places in stadiums. And initially, Taylor offered no explanation about all this. So later, Taylor added an American day at Capital One Jam Fest, and this wasn't labeled as being part of Loverfest. And this day sticks out being way earlier than everything else scheduled for April 5th, with the next day is until June 20th, 2020. So moments go by, Taylor added all these dates for the tour, which brings the total number of 17 shows, which is way lower than Taylor's previous tours. So later, I don't know when she announced this actually, but she suddenly marketed the tour as Taylor Swift and Friends, and there were only 4 East and West dates. And what was weird about it is there was no way what these shows even were, because at the time there was no stage design that was released yet, and the LA shows were being held at SoFi Stadium, which at the time it hadn't even finished being built yet, and no one seen the inside of it, which led to some controversy among her fans complaining about knowing very little about the tour and how they don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on tickets to a show that they essentially know nothing about. So Taylor offered no answers about all this because, well, we got hit by the pandemic. Taylor postponed Loverfest, and later in 2021, Loverfest was entirely cancelled because of the ongoing pandemic. And at the time, she already released Folklore and Evermore, so how can you really do Loverfest when you release 2 albums in the pandemic? The only information we have about Loverfest is the stage design, which was a central heart-shaped stage with the audience surrounding Taylor. And in September 2020, leaked details from Loverfest, according to Taylor's Inner Circle, which, if you don't know who they are the people who has inside scoop of what Taylor does behind the scenes, and they have a bunch of unreleased songs. So, according to Taylor's Inner Circle, they claimed that Taylor's bands were rehearsing for Loverfest in early March of 2020, and they rehearsed about 32 songs, which is quite a lot for a festival, not gonna lie. And the clues we have about Loverfest is the music video for the song Me, and according to Taylor, I don't know where she said this as well, but the music video contained Easter eggs that would only make sense once people saw Loverfest. The most obvious Easter egg we have is, of course, the heart-shaped stage, and possibly visuals for the pink and white snake turning into butterflies, and rainbow floating platforms, which she also did that in the 1989 World Tour. Karma. So here we have the unreleased and possibly lost album, Karma by Taylor Swift. This album was set to release in 2016 to continue her 2-year album run. The genre of the album was alleged to be rock, and looking at her outfits in her Karma era, it looked quite rocky to say the least. And she performed a rock version of her song We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together in her 1989 tour that could have foreshadowed the new sound that she was going into. So the Karma era first started when Taylor did a Vogue photo shoot with a new hairstyle, seemingly that we have entered a new era. She bleached her hair blonde, which her fans gave a nickname as Bleach Ella or Bleach Ella era. So the album was supposedly in the works, and Taylor wrote a few songs for the album. And unfortunately, the album was scrapped due to controversies she was in, like the Kimye controversy and the Calvin Harris breakup and a lot more. She was in so much controversy that she went on a hiatus for a half a year to write Reputation instead. And on August 21st, 2017, she came back from social media to tease her album Reputation. So the album Karma later will be teased in music videos, more notably in the music video called The Man. If we go on the 50-second mark, we would see all Taylor Swift albums spray painted. And it says, if found, return to Taylor Swift. And the wall says like 1989, Red, and Speak Now. And if we go in the middle, we would see Karma written twice. So maybe the album Karma was stolen alongside all of her albums. But that's a theory, who really knows? Woodville. This one is quite known now, but if you don't know already, on July 23rd, 2020, Taylor went to Twitter to tweet out her surprise announcement album that she's releasing, which is called Folklore, her 8th studio album. And because Folklore was her 8th studio album, she decided to release 8 different versions of the deluxe edition, each with unique covers in her website. And these 8 variants also had unique names like In the Trees edition, In the Weeds, Mimi Behind the Mall, Betty's Garden, Stolen Lullabies, Hide and Seek edition, Running Like Water, and Clandestine Meetings. So later, Taylor Swift fans started to look deep on the alternative covers cause Taylor is known to drop Easter eggs out of nowhere, and they noticed something strange. On August 14th, 2020, a Reddit user named IvanLay1028 went on Reddit to share a post on the Taylor Swift subreddit. The user says, hidden word on Folklore cover, both online and CD, none on other covers, genuine error. And they shared a 6th variant cover of the Folklore Deluxe, the hide and seek version. And in their post, the user highlighted the hidden word in the top right corner of the album cover. The word is barely visible, written in white, and the word says Woodville. And he also confirmed that the hidden word also appeared in the physical CD, but it's hidden beneath the sticker in the image. And they also went to confirm that they checked the other variant covers and they found no hidden word other than the hide and seek cover. So to keep this short, Taylor released her 9th studio album, the quote-unquote Folklore sister record, Evermore. Following the announcement of Evermore, the theories about the hidden word Woodville came back. The most common theory was that Woodville was a 3rd Taylor Swift album that would complete a trilogy of albums set in the folklore world. But it wasn't until 3 days later, after the release of Evermore, Taylor appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and while being interviewed, Jimmy asked Taylor about the hidden word Woodville and the theories of a 3rd album, which Taylor revealed that Woodville was actually folklore. Taylor explained that in order to ensure the title Folklore remained a secret, she began to use Woodville as a codename for the album. And when they were creating mock-ups for the alternative album covers, they used Woodville as a placeholder. And then soon later, Taylor decided she didn't want the album title on the covers, so they removed all of them, except the hide and seek variant. Taylor and her team had forgot to remove the name Woodville, and it accidentally remained on the cover, but it was too late to change the cover because they already shipped the vinyls and the physical CDs. My boy only breaks his favorite toy original lyrics. So this one is actually found media, and this one quite recently happened. But if you don't know already, Taylor released her 2024 album, The Tortured Poets Department, and this album has a song called My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toy. This song, according to Genius, explores the emotional chaos of a turbulent relationship, with Swift linking its downfall to her partner's penchant for dismantling dolls and demolishing sandcastles. That was some big words we were using here. And Taylor Swift released variants of this album, and one of the variants she released is called My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toy First Draft Phone Memo, which was released in August 3rd, 2024. This first draft was a piano version of the song My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toy, and the first version is sadder than the final version of the album, with two different lines changed. The album version in the outro says, "He was my best friend down at the Sandlot. I felt more when we played pretend." And the draft version of the outro says, "He was my best friend and that was the worst part. I felt more then, in brief moments, than with all the Kens." Pastel Lover Bodysuit Eras Tour. So this one is really obscure to find. So we have the missing lover bodysuit Taylor never wore for the Eras Tour. This bodysuit was first shown on YouTube by the name Oscar De La Renta, and they released a video of them making the Taylor Swift bodysuit for the Eras Tour. And one of the bodysuits shown in the video was the quote-unquote pastel lover bodysuit that she never wore in the tour. We have no idea why she never performed with it or anything, but the creators of the bodysuit said in the video, "Discover the craftsmanship behind Taylor Swift's custom midnight bodysuit, which features 315 hours of construction, over 5,300 hand-embroidered crystals, and bed adorned the bodice. Oh, and fringe necklaces draped delicately to catch the light." Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor's version. So this one actually happened quite recently, but if you didn't know already, we have the hit song Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift, which was released in 2017. This song, according to Google, it's about poems about her feelings and realization that she could not trust certain people and could only rely on a few. This song also sends shots at Kanye West and Kim Kardashian for the 2016 phone call incident and more. And this song possibly sends shots at Katy Perry as well. Anyways, on January 3rd, 2025, a Taylor Swift song has been registered in Shazam called Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor's version. And Swifties were a bit confused, but happy, going crazy at the same time, cause Taylor Swift has been teasing Reputation, Taylor's version, for quite a long time now. And soon later, it was explained why the song was registered on Shazam. The reason why was because it was available on the Wilderness TV show, and the song itself has kinda became an anthem for their show, and there's snippets available on YouTube. Cardigan original lyrics. So here we have the #1 hit song, Cardigan, that was released on July 24th, 2020, alongside with the album Folklore. Taylor tweeted out, "The limited edition Cardigan single collection is available now," which has the original voice memo I sent Aaron for the song on April 27th, 2020, alternative lyrics included. The song and voice memo are available on 7 and 12 vinyl editions and CD through 730. So what's the difference between the final version and the alternative version is the chorus at the end of verse 2, which she said in the alternative version, "But I knew you, living in a gold age, sneak into my birdcage. I knew you, laughing like a damn fool, breaking every damn rule." The line "living in a gold age, sneak into my birdcage" might be a reference to a music video of the song Look What You Made Me Do, where she was locked in a gold cage. And at that time, that scene was also an Easter egg for the scrapped album Karma. Need. Here we have the popular unreleased song Need by Taylor Swift. This was recorded and finished in February 2019 in the Lovers era. The song got entirely leaked on March 1st, 2023, alongside with the now released song All of the Girls You Loved Before. Taylor Swift's Inner Circle describes the song saying, "The music is unlike any other Taylor song, with the chords played in a unique way, starting and stopping, sometimes with vocal effects added over." Taylor gives fascinating insight into her thoughts on want, desire, passion, lust, danger, and fear. What Taylor needs most is to be with a man she loves. It's essential, like breathing for her. The music is stripped down during the bridge. A really good song that would have fit well on the album and perhaps been a fan favorite. Afterglow with Ariana Grande. So here we have the song Afterglow, which was released in August 2019 off of the album Lover. Ariana Grande was originally featured on Taylor Swift's song Afterglow based on the
credits
on ASCAP. And at the time, Ariana Grande was being managed by her former manager Scooter Braun in 2019, the same guy who sold Taylor Swift's Mastered for $300 million. And unfortunately, we never got to hear the full song, and the song still remains lost. 1989 OG cover art. So here we have the 1989 OG cover or alternative cover. In 2014, Taylor released her album 1989 with the iconic cut-off face album cover. There were other album covers for 1989 which have surfaced from what I'm guessing, and Taylor Swift talked about it saying, "Last night I had this vivid dream where the photo I'd chosen for the album cover wasn't good enough, intriguing enough, artful enough. I looked at it and felt nothing. The team pulled up this new scan file of the Polaroids we had taken during the shoot. I saw it within 10 seconds. The shot, the cover. It's a Polaroid of me sitting against a beige wall with a blue seagull sweatshirt on. You could see my red lips. But the photo cuts off my eyes. For some reason unknown to me, it's the most intriguing photo I've seen. I think it's the mystery of not seeing my eyes. Maybe it just looks effortlessly cool. Anyway, the craziest moment came when something caught my eye. The cover photo is photo 13. Becky. So this one, we have Becky, quote-unquote, Taylor Swift's real name. It all stems back in April 20th, 2014 from a Tumblr post named "Y'all Are Brutalizing Me." They posted a black and white picture on what appears to be a young Taylor Swift saying, "This is a picture of my friend Becky. She used to be a happy, popular girl until one night she snorted marijuana at a party. Damn. She died instantly. Please don't do marijuana. It's the most dangerous drug out there. Please don't wind up like Becky." Someone responded saying, "Pretty sure that's Taylor Swift," but someone else comes in and confirms saying, "No, it's Becky." It could have ended there, but 2 years later, Taylor posted a picture wearing a t-shirt that says, "No, it's Becky," confirming that she is Becky. Red Tour movie. So here we have the Red Tour movie for the album Red. According to the official story, Taylor actually never filmed the Red Tour because her label at the time had no intention of doing it, and Taylor didn't insist on it. However, the film was allegedly recorded, but it was scrapped due to the film being directed by Terry Richardson, who was accused by multiple models of sexually assault and exploiting them during the fashion shoots. Every single Taylor Swift tour has been filmed and released except Red. Gaylor. Here we have a popular conspiracy theory among her fanbase. So we have Gaylor. This theory is represented by a group of people that Taylor is secretly lesbian or bisexual. In December 2014, there is a video that allegedly showed Taylor Swift in a lip lock with her best friend Carly Kloss at the 1979 concert. This video is confirmed to be them, but it's so dark and blurry that you can't really say that they were kissing. And if it's true, I don't really think it matters, to be honest. It might matter to her fans and they would be disappointed in some way, I don't really know. There's also a speculation that she was dating the Glee star Deanna Agron, and both Taylor and Deanna have denied the allegations. Vehicular manslaughter. So here we have another conspiracy theory that Harry Styles committed vehicular manslaughter. So Taylor and Harry Styles dated from late 2012 to early 2013, and a lot of 1989 songs are about the One Direction member, Harry Styles. So one of their first dates was they went skiing together and they got in a snowmobile accident that caused Harry Styles to get stitches. 20 stitches in fact, when Taylor said in her song Out of the Woods on the bridge saying, "Remember when you hit the brakes too soon? 20 itches in the hospital room." So there's a Tumblr post in December 22nd, 2012. On December 22nd, 2012, they meet fans at a restaurant. It is also assumed that this is the day they got into a snowmobile accident. And a day later, Harry Styles went to Twitter to tweet out Chin Chinningan. Chinningan. So people believe that the accident is actually a fabricated story to cover up the fact that while they were dating, Harry Styles committed vehicular manslaughter, which, if you don't know what that is, vehicular manslaughter means, according to Google, a crime in which the defendant's unlawful or negligent operation of a motor vehicle results in the death of another person, which also means Harry Styles hit somebody and killed them. Crazy. A lot of songs in 1989 referred to Harry Styles being a bad driver or driving bad. The first reference is from her song Style, which Taylor says, "Midnight, you come and pick me up, no headlight. Long drive could end up in burning flames or paradise." And later in the same song she says, "He can't keep his wild eyes on the road," which means Harry Styles is looking at her and not on the road. And of course, the bridge in her song from Out of the Woods. Stream Me for free Starbucks drink. So here we have the song Me featuring Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco off of Lover. And this was the first single that was released on April 26, 2019. And on the same day of the song release, a tweet went viral by a fan, which they made it seem like Starbucks was working with Taylor to promote the song and giving people free coffee. A few hours later on the same day, Starbucks replied saying, "This is not a valid Starbucks offer, and this screenshot is fake. To confirm any Starbucks promotion, you can check your Starbucks app, reach out to our customer care line, or ask your Starbucks barista," which the fan also replied saying, "Mind your own business." Battle, Let's Go. So here we have an unreleased song by Taylor Swift called Battle, also known as Let's Go. This song was first teased by a Twitter account by the name Cynthia Boyce. If you don't know who Cynthia Boyce is a Twitter account that is known for leaking information about pop music. And they're the same person who teased lyrics for Taylor Swift's now biggest song, Blank Space, before it was announced to the world. In June 2015, she tweeted some lyrics saying, "I used to be on your side. Now it's looking like we're going to battle. And why you taking shots at me like somebody's gonna give you a medal?" And later, the Twitter account says the song was written between 1989 and Red, although fans found out about the song during the Speak Now era, which started in 2010. It bears the similarities to her 2010 song, The Story of Us, which is speculated to be about John Mayer. The Diary of Me album. So here we have the album, The Diary of Me by Taylor Swift, that may or may not exist. This quote-unquote album was recorded in 2024 before her debut album came out. This album wasn't written by Taylor Swift, but it was written by Nicholas Brophy and Julie Vassar. Nicholas also wrote the song Permanent Marker, which he asked Taylor to record vocals for that song, which soon Taylor performed the song a few times at different concerts between 2006 and 2008. You can still find the performances on YouTube. I'd Lie. Here we have another popular unreleased song called I'd Lie. It was recorded in her debut era and the song has been a fan favorite. Taylor performed the song a few times and ever since then she never performed the song. You can find the song available on YouTube and live performances. There is a chance it might release on Taylor Swift Taylor's version, but who really knows. Zena LeVay. So this one is quite interesting. Here we have a conspiracy theory that Taylor Swift, what it looks like to be a clone and a daughter of Zena LeVay. Zena LeVay is the daughter of the founders of Church of Satan. You can't really tell me that they don't look the same, like, this is absurd. According to Wikipedia, the Church of Satan is a religious organization dedicated to the religion of Satanism defined by Aston LeVay, founded in San Francisco in 1966 by LeVay. It is considered the oldest Satanist religion in continual existence, and more importantly, the most influential, inspiring numerous imitator and breakaway groups. According to the church, Satanism has been codified as a religion and philosophy by LeVay and his church, founded in an era when there was much public interest in the occult, witchcraft, and Satanism. The church enjoyed a heyday for several years after its founding. Celebrities attended LeVay's satanic parties and he was invited on talk shows. His satanic Bible sold nearly 1 million copies. The Church of of Satan says that they don't believe in literal devil and he's more of a metaphor, and they mention the existence of breakaway groups that they have different beliefs. A year after the founding of the church, a baby girl was born to the founders Anton LaVey and Diane Hegarty. Her name was Zena LaVey, and she had the first ever satanic baptism. At only 14, she had a baby. As far as I can tell, no father has been named, which is quite concerning. Throughout the 80s, satanic panic hit its peak, which is when the general public had a fear that organized satanic ritual abuse was a widespread problem, afflicting the country. They believed that the media and music was influencing the youth and pushing them towards Satanism and the Church of Satan. In 1985, Zena LaVey became the high priestess of the church and took the responsibility of spokesperson until 1990. During that period, she was becoming more and more disillusioned by the church, and in the same year, she left the Church of Satan and converted to the temple set. Getaway Car music video. So here we have the 2017 hit song Getaway Car from the album Reputation. This song was supposed to have a quote-unquote music video, or fans wanted a Getaway Car music video, but it was never dropped, unfortunately. Taylor Swift actually spoke about it in 2019 when a fan asked her about the Getaway Car music video, which she responded with, "It wasn't a single." And after almost a year of the release of Reputation, the song Getaway Car actually became the 7th single from the album on September 6, 2018, and it was a single in countries like Malaysia and Australia, apparently. And who knows, we might get the Taylor's version Getaway Car music video when she drops Reputation Taylor's version. Holiday Collection Taylor's version. Here we have the Taylor Swift Holiday Collection by Taylor Swift. This EP was released on December 2nd, 2008, with 6 songs on it and only 2 songs being written by Taylor Swift. There's actually no information about whether Taylor is gonna drop the re-recording version of the Holiday Collection, but I've seen people on Reddit yapping about there's a small chance that Taylor is releasing the Holiday Collection Taylor's version, but so far, we have no information about it, so we're not sure yet. Unknown Folklore bonus track. So this one, I actually found it on TikTok, and there is no information about this, of course. So I'm just gonna mess around here. So here we have the quote-unquote unknown folklore bonus track. So Taylor released a deluxe version for the 2020 album Folklore with only 1 bonus track called The Lakes. And Evermore had 2 bonus tracks, which was Right Where You Left Me and It's Time to Go. It's unclear if we were supposed to have another bonus track for Folklore, as there is no information about this. And there's a similar theory actually that there's an Evermore Long Pond session exists for some reason, and it's not released. Long Pond sessions are like recording sessions, but it's more like an acoustic and live recording of the songs. There's a Folklore Long Pond sessions, which is not only a separate album, but it's also a documentary released on Disney Plus. And there's a theory that she also recorded Evermore Long Pond sessions, and those recordings exist as well, apparently, so we'll never know why those were never released. Enchanted music video. So here we have the 2010 song Enchanted by Taylor. This song possibly had a music video recorded because she was actually promoting her first 2 perfumes named Wonderstruck and Wonderstruck Enchanted. She released 3 chapters of 30-second clips for the Wonderstruck perfume commercials, all repeating the chorus of the song. Taylor opened up to Yahoo about her word choice, saying using the word Wonderstruck was done on purpose because that's a word which that person used one time in an email, and I don't think I've heard anybody use that term before, so I purposely wrote it in the song so he would know. We have this word here, Wonderpuck. So talking about Wonderstruck perfume, we have a fan-edited condom advertisement of it called Wonderpuck. Basically, someone sent in a secret to a Taylor Swift confession blog that was, I was wearing Wonderstruck, her perfume, the first time I had. Someone replied, I bet you got Wonderpuck, and then it became a big meme that one of the merch things for Speak Now / Wonderstruck was a condom called Wonderpuck. Blank Space alternative music video. Here we have a random entry in this iceberg. We have the song Blank Space, which has a music video, and apparently it has an alternative music video that may or may not exist. And it's unclear if we even have an alternative music video for the song. Beautiful Eyes music video. So here we have Beautiful Eyes by Taylor Swift. Beautiful Eyes is an EP that Taylor Swift put out before the release of the album Fearless. The EP was originally a Walmart exclusive with 6 songs added on the EP, and one of the songs in the EP is titled Beautiful Eyes, and it has a music video. You could only watch it if you bought the physical copy, but now the music video is available on YouTube and you can watch it from there. And also the song is only available on Amazon Music, so I don't know what's not released on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Beautiful Eyes, Taylor's version. So speaking of Beautiful Eyes music video, we have Beautiful Eyes, Taylor's version. I'm not sure why this is labeled as lost media, as we have no answer to this question or any information on this at all. But the Taylor's version is gonna be either on Taylor Swift Taylor's version, which I don't think it will, or it's gonna be released separately. Taylor Connect. So this one isn't really talked about in the Taylor Swift community. Here we have Taylor Connect, an official fan forum on Taylor's website. It was launched in December 2009, and it offered members a space to discuss all things regarding Taylor, like her albums and her tours, etc. And unfortunately, on November 30th, 2017, the website shut down, and this is what they said in the announcement. Taylor Connect forum will be closing its doors on November 30th at 11:59 p.m. EST. To make way for the Swift Life app. Please make sure you are following us at TaylorNation13 on Twitter, TaylorNation on Instagram. I'm not gonna read the whole thing of this. Thank you for being the most amazing and supportive fans. Sincerely, Taylor Nation. And speaking of the Swift Life app, that app also shut down in 2019 due to it being buggy and Taylor was barely using the app. And there was posts that were inappropriate and unrelated to Taylor. Taylor Swift 4chan account. So as I was editing this video, 4chan was actually hacked 2 days ago, and it was a day before I recorded the Taylor Swift 4chan account, and the person who hacked 4chan leaked all the source codes, and all the moderators' email were leaked, and they were being doxxed. 4chan is still down, and the last post that was posted there was the chicken jockey image, which it was quite hilarious ending it there. So let's continue the video. So here we have a popular conspiracy theory that Taylor Swift was an active member of 4chan. So, if you don't know what 4chan is an anonymous message board that people known to go there and be racist, and it's known for cyber attacks and lots of not good stuff. And back in the day, it was the center of controversies, so it would be quite weird for Taylor to be there. And there is a fair amount of evidence that she was on 4chan, so let's go over them. So, number 1, we have the anonymous user asked 4chan to name her cat, which one of the suggestions was Meredith. And then the very next day, Taylor announced her new cat named Meredith. And another evidence we have is the curtain in the background. Someone posted themselves, which it looks quite like her. And people noticed the curtains in the background is the same curtains that Taylor Swift had in one of her videos. And another evidence we have is this quote here that she posted on 4chan and Twitter with the same timestamp confirming it. And here we have a post that they claim to be one of the 50 most famous people, and they were an entertainer. And our final evidence here is someone sharing their story about meeting Taylor Swift on Omegle. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's too long for me to read. So let's go through the evidence and analyze them. So the cat evidence. If you can't tell me that this isn't the same cat, then I don't even know what to tell you, but you're gonna have to wear glasses for this one. And the picture of Taylor, looking at it again, we can see that her nose and lips look different. Or maybe I'm blind or looking at something else. And the quote, the date can be photoshopped and we're not really sure if it's photoshopped or not. And the claim of being one of the 50 most famous people in the world, anyone can say that really because the users are anonymous. And the Omegle story, we have no confirmation about it, so it might be true, it might be false, who really knows. And I'm not saying it's not Taylor Swift that's on 4chan, it's just speculations really. McDonald's commercial. So here we have a McDonald's commercial. It was originated in Japan, and according to fans, Taylor Swift was in the commercial.
Tomato McGrand, I'm loving it. Debut.
So the person you've seen just now, it kinda looks like her. Well, not kinda. Her face and posture are identical, but her eyes and nose doesn't really look like her. Some people say that it's Becky, which it might be Becky actually. I'm just kidding around. Or someone that looks like Taylor, but they're living in Japan. And ever since this commercial resurfaced, still to this day, no one has been able to identify this woman in the commercial. Picture to Burn lyric change. So here we have a song by Taylor Swift called Picture to Burn, released on October 24th, 2006. This song is an angsty breakup song about Jordan Alford, also known as Taylor Swift's first boyfriend, who went on to date and later marry one of Taylor's former friends named Chelsea. This song had a line in the original version says, "So go on and tell your friends that I'm obsessive and crazy. That's fine. I'll tell mine, you're gay." This was misinterpreted as Taylor being homophobic, and soon the song was removed from streaming services to change the lyric and release the song again with a new line that says, "That's fine, you won't mind if I say." Speak Now music video. So here we have a probably non-existent music video to a song called Speak Now from the album Speak Now. According to a Reddit user 7 years ago, they said, "Speak Now music video? A few years ago, I know I watched a music video for the song Speak Now. It went perfectly with the song and had Taylor interrupt a wedding and run off with the groom-to-be. However, I haven't been able to find it anywhere online. Please tell me I'm not crazy. Link the video if it exists, please." And other people commenting on the post that they seen the music video for the song Speak Now, and unfortunately, you're just seeing things cause the music video does not exist. But what does exist is a fan-made music video that's available on YouTube. Welcome to New York music video. So I found this one on TikTok, and I don't know how they come up with this kind of stuff, cause I found like zero information about this. So we have the intro of the album 1989, Welcome to New York. This song apparently had a music video, but there's literally zero info about this theory. So that's literally non-existent, but who knows, maybe Taylor recorded a music video for it, but it was never released. Better Than Revenge music video. So this one is on TikTok as well, I found this. We have the song Better Than Revenge off the album Speak Now. This song quote unquote had a music video. I don't really know who said this song had a music video cause this was a lie and it's non-existent. But there's a fan edited music video for this song that's available on YouTube. Slut 2014 music video. So here we have a quote-unquote lost music video for the song Slut by Taylor Swift. Taylor spoke about the song, but she didn't say anything about a music video for it. In the 1989 Taylor's version voice notes for her Volt song, she said, "The song Slut is a song that we wrote for 1989, and in it I kind of sort of cheeky play on the discussions at that time in my life around my dating life. And that's not the only time on 1989 I've done that. I did on Blank Space. I think when I came down to having to pick songs for the album, I think I thought, okay, well, I'm going to choose Blank Space, and unfortunately I had to make tough decisions in terms of what to put on the track list. But I love this song because I think it's really dreamy, and I always saw 1989 as a New York album. But this song to me was always California, and maybe that was another reason it didn't make the cut, cause sometimes, thematically, I just have these weird little rules in my head." Then later she said, "Always been proud of it, and always wanted it to come out into the world." So the song Slut would have been the second single of the album if she didn't choose Blank Space from the 2014 album 1989. And that song could have had a music video for it as well. The 2014 version of that song has not been leaked or released, but there's some AI versions of it. So in conclusion, there is no music video for the song, and it does not exist. So that's the end of the video. Let me know if there is anything I forgot to mention, and I will see you in my next video.